Shine Nation team call. It is Tuesday. It's not January at all. It is February something. 10th, 11th? 11th. And I'm just going to be opening my computer to the screen for you guys. I was going to do recognition, but I apologize. I didn't get around to it. I know quite a few of us have some points on the board. I know Tamara has 2 points. I know I have 2 points. Jenna has 2 points. And I can't recall the rest. And I'm going to mute just so that, but I don't, I'll see once I share my screen. So the thing I want to talk to you guys about was sort of a twofold. As you know, we're constantly trying to grow and we don't want to beat the system when it comes to social media, but social media keeps changing. And when it comes to us coaches and what we do, I know all of us, I don't think you'd be showing up here today if there wasn't an element of you that was about earning income, that you want to earn money doing this. If this is my job, you guys know that. For some of you, it's a side gig. For some of you, it's what you want to be your full-time job. In that case, it needs to be making you full-time income. And that will look different for all of us. But I know that the number one thing, this is not the content for today, but the number one thing, and I'll say it over and over until I'm blue in the face because I believe it with all of my heart, is our mindset when it comes to money. If you have a holdup with money, if you think money is bad, if you think you're destined to be poor, if you think you'll never make it, you won't. That's because you're already shutting yourself off in vibration with it. And that's something, that book that I was raving about, that was, I think I just did that on our Team Cup group chat, but we're reading the book called Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. And it is so good. Marie already is phenomenal. She has a show on YouTube called Marie TV. And she does a lot around money. She's a self-made millionaire times a few times and just so down to earth and phenomenal. So that book is like hands down amazing. Just a sec here, but I'm going to share my screen because I just needed it to be said that if you can't change your mindset, nothing else that I say is going to matter, like ever, in terms of your business. That's just the reality. So I'm going to share my screen. I made little slides for you guys, but then after I made them, I realized I used one of the things that Canva wants you to like pay for, and I'm not paying for it because I'm cheap like that. We'll call it thrifty. I'm thrifty like that. So can you guys see the screen that says money making? Is that in front of me? Cool. Okay. So I think that a lot of times when we talk about money making, I think we feel like inviting is what I'm going to say is key to you making an income. And it is. You do have to talk to people. But what I'm really realizing is it's so much more than that. The number one thing that comes to you making an income with your business, whether, and I want to be a little bit broad here. I mean this in terms of any business that we have. Like coaching may be a part of it, but say you're a brand, like I know like Dawn does like massage and she does other things that are like a home-based business as well. And the way that you are going to make an impact and become somebody that people want to do business with is to become a real person in their world. And that's why I put on this slide, money making, it's all about community. So this is about not just you posting your content, it's about you reaching into other people's content and being present in online communities that matter to you. So my action step that goes with this is to find 3 to 4 accounts that you love. You love these people. You follow them every day anyways because it speaks to you. And I'm not talking like about a celebrity account. I don't think that, well, I mean, unless you're massively into like pop culture and celebrities. But for me, Rachel Hollis, yes, she's a bit of a celebrity now, but Rachel Hollis, go to her, if that's your person, for me, it's one of mine, go to hers. And it's a matter of actually putting yourself into conversation on that person's Instagram. So commenting on their stuff like we do from our engagement pod posts, you comment on her stuff, but not just that, you interact with other fans that you like that follow her. So there's other people on there following her and they might see something you find super funny. So you comment on that, be like, that's hilarious. Or you have a real exchange with that person. So for me, Rachel Hollis, Kim Fitzpatrick, who is actually a friend of mine, but she's also a top coach with Beachbody. But her people that follow her, they're not all coaches. A lot of them are just people that follow her for the content that she has. And get this, her and Rachel are now friends because Kim placed herself so well into Rachel's conversations, like on her Instagram, that it made such an impact that she stood out to Rachel. And then she went to a book signing in Calgary and Rachel commented on her arms. And next thing you know, they're actually like, they talk to each other. Like Kim just got sent Dave Hollis's new book before it was released because she's that now connected to them. Like, it's so cool. Like it's what social media is for, is community, is being a real person supporting other real people, even if they're not like another coach or into Beachbody or whatever it might be. So Rachel Hollis, Kim Fitzpatrick, Lisa Turcoast is one of mine. She's a Christian author who I absolutely love. I'm trying to think of the other one that I had and I can't think of her name. So obviously, accounts like for me, Enneagram. I'm really interested in the Enneagram. So following Enneagram accounts and interacting with people on there, and not in a way of, it's fun because you're showing up as you. You're showing up as you in those accounts. You're being yourself. You're talking like we would talk to each other if we were having coffee. You're having fun. You're not going in there with any intention of like, oh, this person looks like somebody I'm going to sell a challenge pack to. That's not even on your radar. You're just showing up as yourself. That's the other one, the Birds Papaya. She's somebody I follow on Instagram who I absolutely love. She's all about body positivity, super inspirational, and literally, I don't know, I would say like 6 years ago, she was just another mom starting a blog. And I don't mean that in a mean way. That's just literally who she was. There was nothing spectacular about her. She wasn't making millions of dollars. And she has gone from just another mom with a blog to working with some of my favorite people. Like I saw her hosting an event with, what's her name? Now I can't. Caitlin. She used to be on The Bachelor, which I know is not everyone's jam, but it's part of me. It's something I like. And she got to be on Caitlin Bristow's podcast. And then she got to be on Caitlin Bristow's stage, sharing a stage with her, like doing shots and having so much fun, like presenting to women about body positivity. And I'm like, you are living the life I want to live. And not in a like jealous way, in a like, bravo, queen, you rock. Like she's somebody I genuinely like. So, being in community. Oh, I can't see the chat here. Gotta open that. Yes, and she hangs out with Jillian Harris. I mean, exactly. Like they're all my people for sure, right? Like it's connecting and building community in an authentic way, in a way that serves your heart, like it fulfills your heart to do so. But guess what? It also does. It makes you real to those people. And so when you're real with those people and you branch off into a different conversation and you really do feel they would kick butt at being a coach and you say that to them, they're not like, oh my goodness, you only became my friend to sell me this. They're like, what? Tell me more, because they already love you, know you, and trust you. So the biggest money making activity we can do as coaches is to be in community on our social media in one way, shape, form, or another. And my recommendation is to find 3 accounts. For me, it's on Instagram because I find it easier to actively interact on Instagram. But with that, you might say to yourself, well, that could seem like a waste of time. And it could be if you don't monitor that time that you're spending. But I would absolutely say if you have an hour in your day to do that, that is a worthwhile use of your time, because that's part of building your brand and building you, is to interact with other people. So that's sorry, was somebody saying something? Interrupt me if you are. Okay, nobody. Never mind. It cuts in and out, so I'm like, I don't know. And if you are, just tell me, because I don't mean to not hear. Okay, I need water. Okay, this next part about content is king. Just a sec, I have to scroll down to my next little slide. Okay, you guys know this, but we're going to go into it. Can you guys read that, or is it too small? I can try and make it bigger. I just don't know if it'll make it too big. I'm just going to test something. No, that's not too big. Who are you talking to? I already said that. Find 3 to 4 accounts you love and make yourself known in there. Communicate in there daily like it's your job, because it is. Funny. Okay, so this is about content, because this is the very end of the call, but I need to say it now because it's part of what we're talking about. I'm really, really realizing that the number one way that we're influencing others or that we're reaching more people, it's not through advertising. It's not through having the most brilliant post that you're going to have like 3,000 likes on, because the fact of the matter is that's probably not going to happen for quite a while. It's about resonating so much with your people that they share your content. Sharing, whether it be on Facebook or Instagram, in stories, what have you, is your number one way of reaching people. Is like, think about it. What do you share? Who are like, I share funny dog videos because they make my heart happy. I share quotes that inspire me from accounts like, there's one I follow, Morgan Harper Nichols. And that, me sharing her content, grows her following. And that's great. But that's what we want for us, is our content to be so specific to who we're trying to speak to that it is shared by our people. It is like received with so much love by our people that the engagement is just naturally there. So you need to know what you are promoting and why. And now that doesn't sound fun at all. Like, promoting, what are we talking about? We are promoting something all the time, you guys. Like, if you're a coach, hi, you are, because you're on the team call. As a coach, it is our job to be promoting, whether it be a certain product, if it's what you're jiving with at this time, a certain program, or the coaching opportunity. That's what you are supposed to be doing on social media. Yes, you are being authentic, you're being yourself, you're sharing real life, but you're also always supposed to have a focus of promoting something. And not in the selling, disgusting, like, get your energized now, it's amazing. Don't do that ever. You guys all know that. I feel like I don't need to say that. But we're always promoting something, and we need to know what that is. It's all about our customers, and I'm going to call them our customers, even though they're just our followers on Instagram, but they're all potential customers. It's their customer experience with us that matters. How are they feeling when they come to our page? How are they feeling when they leave your page? Are you making them laugh? Are you making them think? Are you making them feel? Like, what is their experience with your Instagram? That's literally what marketing is about the customer's experience with you. What's going to keep your people coming back for more, other than just that they're your friend, that they know you and they like you. That's great. We do want them to know you and like you, but we want to be offering value to them. So I had written here, allowing 10 to 14 days to market. And I don't like how that sounds, but it's because my personality likes things to be fun. So I know that the word like marketing and 10 to 14 days and planning ahead, that's not my personality, but it's a necessary part of being a business owner, is knowing what you're doing, knowing the timeline of when you're doing it. It's why I have a calendar that's flat on my desk so I can look at the days to come and know what's coming up, because we have to plan ahead as a business owner. As the CEO of your page, you have to plan ahead. Okay, so these are the things to ask yourself when you're posting and what you're planning. Who is this product or service for? So we're all going to answer that differently. Like, every single one of us is going to have a different answer to that question, because we all have a different target market that we're speaking to. So who is it for? Why should they buy from you versus somebody else? What sets you apart to this person? Why are you the very best person for them? And with that question in mind, that's what you need to be presenting yourself as on your social media. The very best person for your person is you. And you believe that with all your heart and soul. So that's how you show up on your social media. What is your unique angle or spin? Like, what about, okay, so of the 300,000 coaches out there, and they're all promoting bar, why does somebody want to do bar with you? What's your niche? And I know we talk about that a lot, but I've said it over and over. If you're speaking to everybody, you're speaking to nobody. We have to niche down to our very unique human that we're talking to and talk to only them. And it's not a bad thing, because that person's going to be amazing and you're going to find more and more of that person, but you know that. What do people ask you personally for advice for over and over? Like in your DMs or in your real life, with your coworkers, with your friends, your mom, whoever it is that you hang out with, what are they always asking you for advice on? Because that's what your person is also looking for advice on. Like, I realize I get a lot of people asking me questions about nutrition, and I very rarely post about nutrition on my page. I need to start talking about that more, because that's part of what we do. So what do your people ask you for advice on? Is it lifting weights? Is it, I don't know, there could be any number of things. I also get a lot of DMs about people, like when I post about my Bible study, asking me like, are there online Bible studies? What Bible do you read? Like different things like that. That's my people. Those are questions they ask me. It's things I need to speak about more. And what questions can you anticipate about what you are offering? And what I mean by that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Excuse, or like the negative, like what questions can you anticipate? So can you anticipate somebody saying they don't have enough time? So then you could do a post talking about how little time it takes. I literally the other day had somebody bump into me in the grocery store, and she's like, I really want to do what you do, but I don't have the space. My apartment is tiny. And I said, I just did a video the other day of me doing my workout in my bathroom to show how little space you need. And she's like, you did? I'm like, I did. You should watch it. You'll see. Other than my long legs hitting the wall here and there, it's all the space I needed was my bathroom, right? So anticipate the excuses or the things that are like, why? That's not the word I want, you guys. And it's driving me nuts that I can't think of the word. Anticipate the meh that you're going to get from your people. And meet it with a post before you get met with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Just a second. I have to move this over. Oh yeah, see, it is blocking it. Oh, it is not. Set your social media goals. What is your bottom line in your social media? So what messages are you trying to convey? Oh, I spelled products wrong. Haha. Because it was so tiny on my screen. What services or products, with a U, not an I, do you want to sell this week? So what are you looking at? Like in your business, are you trying to promote coaching? You want to grow your team? That should be all of our goals a lot of the time. Like it should be an even balance between challenge group and that. But if that's what you're trying to do, you need to speak about coaching, about the business side, about whatever side of it that lights you up, like the reasons why you're a coach. I had I'll get to that. I'm going to make a note of that insight. No, I'm doing my call, sweetheart. Sorry, somebody knocked on the door. Just a sec. Okay, content ideas. What do you want to post about? What do you like posting about? Like what is fun for you to post about that it doesn't feel like work, and how can you tie that in to what you're trying to accomplish as a coach? And a really, really important thing is sometimes you're going to feel like you're repeating yourself, but you should be. There are certain things that are a part of your brand that are so much a part of you that they might be like every third post refers to this one thing, because it is such a massive part of who you are. That is good. That is your brand. That is your vibe that you're trying to attract, right? So it's not a bad thing to have something on repeat that defines your brand. Just a sec. And then in creating your marketing plan, add value, add value, add value, add more value, add value. Did I say it enough? That we need to be adding value. But you guys, I don't know if any of you have read the book, Jab, 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 Right Hook. I haven't talked about it for quite a long time. It's by Gary Vaynerchuk. He cusses a lot, but he's really cool. And he's brilliant when it comes to business and what we do. In Jab, 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 Right Hook, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about how your first 3 posts should all be jabs. So they should be like, here's a jab about nutrition, here's a jab about fitness, and then your right hook, your finishing punch, is, oh my goodness, this group is going to answer that question you had about your fitness. This group is going to answer that question you had about your nutrition. And that's your sell, is your right hook. It's a great book. If you haven't read it, it's an easy read. But that's your value, is your jabs, is creating little posts about how you meal prep or sharing it on your stories. I know, like Chelsea, you do a really good job of that. I love when you show the meal prep that you're doing and you show your meals really well and how you keep it simple, but you're showing like the balance of what you eat. And I think that's brilliant. I think people genuinely wonder, especially when like Chelsea, you look phenomenal. So they're like, what do you do to look the way you look? Like, tell me what you're eating. And that's me. Like, I know I'm like that when I'm following people on social media. I'm like, just tell me what you eat in a day so that I can look that way. So like that's part of your jab is the value you're sharing in sharing what you eat, or the value you're sharing in knowing which different body or muscles you're working in different workouts. Like, people want to be educated with what we know, and we don't have to be fitness experts. We know what we know from our experience, and that's what we're sharing, right? Believe in yourself, you guys, when it comes to that. Like, don't be like, oh, who am I to talk about that? Or who am I to be an expert on that? You're an expert because of your personal experience. That's what makes you an expert. You don't need a certificate to tell you you are that. I think that's the second to last slide. You guys have heard me say this before. I'm just moving over to this side now. Content. Create before you consume. And this is where I used to really, really struggle, is I would consume, and then go and create, and then feel like my post sucked because it was not as good as everything else I just consumed. And that is robbing people of you, of your authentic voice. If you are looking for inspiration, that's great, but do it a different day. Like, inspire yourself, save ideas for whatever, but your actual post should be so authentically you that nobody could ever like accuse you of, plagiarizing somebody or trying to be like somebody or what have you. Sometimes you might find, like I have actually found, that when I've created something and then I go and consume, I feel like maybe I accidentally copied, even though I didn't, just because somebody else's message is similar to mine, but it's still not my exact message, right? So that's really important, is to speak to your ideal audience. Now, here's the thing. We all have different audiences, and different people that we're going to attract. You guys know that. But so I named them a bit differently. We've got the thinkers, we've got the persisters, we've got the harmonizers, the imaginers, the rebels, and the promoters. So I speak to rebels. I know that's weird because I'm such a good girl. But I do, because I don't like structure or authority or living on somebody else's terms. Like that's a massive part of my personality. It just always has been, always will be. I'm like a rebel without a cause at all. But also like the imaginers, like the creatives, like you're speaking your language to your people. Your people, you love charts. Do you love pie charts? Do you love graphs? Do you love numbers? Do you like the facts about this? Then that's how you need to present this, because your people want those facts too. I don't care about facts. I do a little, but for the most part, what speaks to me is emotion and feeling and experiences. I like to know what somebody else is experiencing that makes me need it too. Like, why do I want to feel that? So for me, I'm loving the before and after photos from like our existing challenge group with Bar. They do speak to me huge because they show that it works. But the other side of like seeing how you guys are interacting with each other in the group, seeing one of our clients in the group, oh, I love her. And I actually just reached out to her and said, you really need to be a coach, because she should. And I said, because she writes me every day with a different way that this is changing her. Like today she wrote me, like she shared yesterday that she'd lost 15.5 inches, and that's phenomenal, huge for 3 weeks, like 15.5 inches, 8 pounds gone. She's feeling incredible. But she goes, Karina, she goes, it's so weird to me because this is changing everything. I'm starting to look towards my future. Like my daughter's going to be in kindergarten. I'm starting to think maybe I should go back to school, or maybe I should do this. Like she's so energized and feeling so good. She's actually looking forward to the future, which is why I wrote her back and said, yeah, maybe you should be a coach. I'm just kidding. And she's totally open to it. So that wasn't the whole point. But what I'm saying is that's what speaks to me, is your experiences, your your feelings about what you're doing. Yeah, it speaks huge to me. But that's my audience, right? Like, you know who your people are and how they speak and what they want to hear from you. Have a clear message. Use a good headline on your social media post. And by headline, I mean like your line that gets people's attention. That's your headline. Have a clear end goal. I see something we do a lot, and I would love for all of us to change this. We put our ask at the end. Like, we write a big long thing, and it's a really good big long thing, and then at the very end we're like, why don't you join me, or your time is now, or whatever it might be, how we word it. That, if you put that first at the beginning, Chelsea, there's someone looming over you. I'm like, oh wait, that's okay, he's allowed. But if you put that first, like, why not you? It gets people to already know you're going to be talking to them about something. You're offering them something, and that's okay. Sometimes people won't see it at the very end. So if we flip that and put it first, our ask first, people will pay more attention to what's following that ask. So that's just a thought. I've already said this, building a relationship is connecting to your audience through using your personality, not someone else's. Just be you, because that's all we can be. And if you think about, like, when I started this call about community and those people that I recommended following, like for yourself, like finding your people, I wouldn't follow them if they were just like somebody else. Like, they each have something very unique that makes me love them. And it's a different thing than what I love about the other one. And that's what you have. Each of us, that's what we have. And we just need to show up as that. I think we doubt ourselves too often. Or we say, who am I to speak about this? Or who am I to post a picture of me wearing this? Or whatever it might be that feels like a little bit crazy for you. That's you. That's who you are. It's, in my belief, that's who God created you to be, and that's who you should be talking as. Not a what's that, like, diluted version of yourself. Like, be your loudest, brightest, most authentic version of you that you know how to be, and most real. And that doesn't mean fake. Like, don't mistake me there, because that's easily mistaken. And then I said it at the very end again, sharing is the key to the kingdom. People will share stuff that is educational. They will share stuff that's informative. I don't need to upgrade, thank you so much. They will share stuff that is entertaining. They will share stuff that evokes emotion in them. Whatever things you share, start paying attention to that and try to incorporate that into the posts that you make so that people start sharing your stuff. I find it easier to get stuff shared on Facebook. Like, I'm more known on my Facebook page, because I don't know why. I think I just need to get more comfortable changing up my grid and stuff on Instagram, but that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, sharing is how people will really come to know you. And then this, guys, is critical. How many of you, and I can't see everybody, but if you raise your hand, how many of you look at the insights on your Instagram for when your audience is online? So it's good to post, or what posts of yours get the most eyes on it, most interactions. We need to track and reflect. I would say daily, or at least every other day in your week, is tracking and reflecting on your past posts to see what was your most engaging post. What was it about? And what was the received feedback? Like, so example, sometimes I do post that I love my words, but the interactions I get on it are like, I love your outfit. That's awesome. I love that people love my outfit, but I wanted the emotional reaction from the words that I was saying. So it tells me my image needs to be different. Like, the actual picture that I used should be different so that I get more interaction with what I was going for. Was it an original post or shared content? I don't really share a lot of content into my grid, but I do share a lot into my stories that other people will share. So I'm paying attention to that. But those insights are invaluable. Instagram is literally saying to you, your people are online at this time. Don't post at 9 a.m. if none of your people are online at 9 a.m. They happen to all be online later, because you're not going to get optimal interaction. And it's critical to look back at that. Something I've been doing, in fact, I would say my last 3-ish posts on Instagram, the words I've used on those posts have all been from past posts that did well at least a year ago. So I've gone back into my Instagram. I've looked at posts that did really well, and I've copied and pasted the words with a new image because it did well then. It will be seen by more people now. And this is something you can do, obviously, as you've been in it longer, been posting longer, what have you. But go back and look. See what your best performing post was. Instagram tells you all the things. It's brilliant. So that you know what your people are coming to you for. They literally lay it out for you. Oh yeah, look at that. There was more to that. Tracking reveals your trends. Trends reveal the truth. And it's indisputable evidence about what your audience wants and how you are serving them and how they're waiting to be served by you. So I often think about, oh, there's a chat. I just can't see it. Chat. Is there an analysis for non-biz page? Oh, sorry, Chelsea, that's private, but that doesn't matter. No, I think you have to be set to biz, like on Instagram. I don't know. It's been so long since I had it. Like, there's no difference. Like, if you were to change your Instagram to a business Instagram, nobody sees that. Like, nobody would know that except you. It's not, you don't have to suddenly change your title to like public figure or anything like that. Only you would know you've made that change so that you can have those analytics to look into. Because it's been a while since I had it, but no, I'm pretty sure, just like, I think it's just like on Facebook, like on my Facebook personal page, other than actually looking at how many likes I get, there's no way for me to see the analytics on it, but on my Facebook business page, I can. So, and Facebook business pages, I'm pretty sure have to be public, but Instagram ones don't. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's a thing. Good question. I love questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So yeah, at the end of the day, you guys, which by the way, I love that it's still daylight while we're having our team call. At the end of the day, it's really, sometimes I feel like a broken record in saying, like, you know, be your best self and share all your good stuff and what have you. But that's all anybody that's making it work is doing. That's all they're doing. They haven't mastered some Instagram algorithm. They haven't found a trick. They're literally just showing up as their best selves every day, even on days when they're not their best selves. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's okay to not be your best self every day, because I think that would be BS, and I wouldn't follow anyone who acted like they had a great day every single day. I'd be like, shut up, you do not. That's not authentic. So what I mean when I say that is that you can happily share. This is what I'll do if I'm having a bad day. I won't share as much on my stories, for one thing. Like, I'll be pretty silent on my stories because I don't feel like faking it, and you can read my emotions very well on my face. So I can't do stories if I'm having a bad day. I'm also usually super irritable, so there's no point in doing that. But I will share a post, like words that are speaking to me, whether it's like a Bible verse or an inspirational post or whatever it is, and I'll share it with a picture of me that was not taken on the bad day. Or maybe it was. Maybe it's a picture of me and maybe I am looking like I'm crying or something, and that's okay, because my words are positive. My words are, I'm going to be okay. Not, life sucks, everything sucks, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's any of our attitudes, even if we have days where we feel that. Like, for the most part, I don't feel that. So I'm like checking myself. I'm like, don't lie. Let's keep it real. But that tip about sharing, really, or that about interacting in community is huge. For growing your following and growing your trust and growing your clients on social media, and that ultimately grows your income. Like, that's just all there is to it. I'm really finding my stride, my word that I have when I come to my social media now is joy. Does this post bring me joy? Will this post bring somebody else joy? Like, joy is my operating state, even though my life is not joyful every day. Often. And that's okay. But joy is my operating state. And because of that, the people interacting with my posts are way more my people. Like, I'm repelling the people that don't want to feel joy. I'm repelling the people that can't find hope. And that's good. I pray they find their hope, but I'm not going to wallow with people. That's not what my social media is for. And in doing so, I'm finding my people that when I go to private conversations with these people, I'm lit up talking to them. I love interacting with them. I love our friendship that grows, and then it becomes so natural to be with them, like to be like the next step of, hey, you should really be part of our team because you're so my people, and they are. So yeah. Does anyone have any questions, comments? Where did Tyra go? There she is. You can type it if you don't want to ask. My giant water bottle. I was asking if anyone had any questions. No questions. I'm going to take a picture of all our cute faces. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys for being on. I know it's an earlier time, but apparently that works because we haven't had this many people on in a really long time. So I'm down for that. If it's on a Tuesday, it has to be sort of earlier for me. Okay, everybody smile. I always find I say that and I'm usually looking somewhere else, but hey, I'm smiling. So thank you guys. And please know, like, if you ever have any questions, ask in our team page, send me a message. I am never opposed to answering questions and sharing anything I can to help you grow. You guys growing your business is what lights me up. And I think you're all truly amazing and have so much to offer to the people you're reaching. I really do. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being on. Have a beautiful night. Bye.